following program is a production of Hōʻike Kauaʻi Community Media. Aloha Kauaʻi. If you thought last week's calendar was full, wait till you get a load of this week's. Hopefully you have one of those big calendars with the big squares, because you're going to need it. There are several opportunities for giving back to Kauaʻi through volunteering, as well as fundraisers planned for this week, along with multiple live musical performances, theatrical performances, a sign-waving event on the county lawn, and that doesn't even begin to include the 10 days worth of activities that Kōloa Plantation Days is bringing to the South Shore. Honestly, I'm getting tired just thinking about it, so let's get to it before you and I both run out of energy. I'm Tricia Allen, and this is the Hōʻike Weekly. I wasn't kidding when I said this week's community calendar is stuffed with things to do, and you know we hate it if you would miss any of the details. So, to avoid that, we've made a nice little landing page that has all of those details in one place. You can get there by scanning the QR code on your screen. No need for a pen or a pencil. Here's all of Kauaʻi's upcoming events happening July 21st through July 27th. First up, a beloved 40-year tradition on Kauai's South Shore is underway. Yep, I'm talking about Kōloa Plantation Days. Established in 1985, the festival highlights the history and diverse contributions of plantation-era families and communities for 10 whole days of cultural demonstrations, historical exhibits, live music, parades, and more. Different events are scheduled daily. Details for all of them can be found at KōloaPlantationDays.com or our QR code, but there's a few that we think are worth mentioning now, like the used book sale at Kōloa Library. From July 22nd to July 24th, the Friends of Kōloa Library will be holding a used book sale that includes other things worth collecting, like Blu-ray discs. Hey, not everyone wants to pay for a streaming service, okay? Proceeds from the event will go to new materials and programs for the library. Another event worth mentioning is the Gogh Mobile Art Room, which just happens to be taking place at the Kōloa Library during the book sale on July 23rd. From 1 to 3 p.m., artist Joanne Laurer will guide keiki in some creative activities like using watercolor cards with botanical inks to create native Hawaiian plant designs. No registration is required for this, and materials will be provided. And it wouldn't be Kōloa Plantation Days without the big family fun run on the final day, Sunday, July 27th. This run/walk has a distance for everyone at every age. There's a 5K, a 10K, and a 10-mile length for the more serious runners and walkers, as well as a 1-mile keiki run for aspiring runners. This event begins at 6 a.m. at Poipu Beach Park, just off of Poipu Road, and is hosted by the Kukui'ula Outrigger Canoe Club. There's even a delicious breakfast afterwards for all participants if you need to be bribed. Outside of Kōloa Plantation Days, Wilcox Medical Center will be hosting a bone and joint health session on July 22nd from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. Dr. Alyssa Carnegie will address common hand and wrist conditions as well as treatment options, while Dr. Daniel Judd will discuss ankle injuries and replacement surgery. This event is part of the Wilcox Bone and Joint Center's Health Series. A property tax exemption workshop will be held on July 23rd from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Lihue Public Library located at 4344 Hardy Street. County of Kauai Real Property Division staff, as well as library partners, will provide working sessions with tax office representatives, computers for application assistance, and opportunities for discussion about tax relief options. This event is presented by Kipuka Kuleana in partnership with the County of Kauai and the Lihue Public Library. Opening night for HCT's After Dark performance of Something Rotten is on Thursday, July 24th, and it will run every Thursday through Sunday until August 10th at the Puhi Theatrical Warehouse. This Broadway comedy rated PG-13 is set in the Renaissance and follows two brothers attempting to write the world's first musical while competing with William Shakespeare. The production features clever wordplay, big dance numbers, and some over-the-top comedic moments. The Hawaii Food Bank Kauai continues its monthly food distribution on the fourth Thursday of the month, meaning this month's event is scheduled for Thursday, July 24th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. The distribution takes place at Aloha Church located at 4534 Uahi Road in Lihui. Goodwill drop-off days continue through December as part of the County of Kauai Reuse Program. Donation events are held monthly at the Kauai Resource Center on Ahukini Road from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. And there's one slated for this Friday, July 25th. Residents can bring in clothing, toys, books, shoes, and textiles, even those that are torn or stained, as long as all items are bagged or boxed. On July 25th, Friends of Kauai National Wildlife Refugee Complex and Champions of Coastal Resilience will host a workshop for teachers, grades 5 through 10, running from 9 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. Led by Kilauea Point NWR Ranger Laurel Smith, the day covers hands-on training in coastal wetland studies, including Native Hawaiian waterbird surveys, water quality tests, and a wetland filtration and vegetation lab. Teachers receive a CCR kit and stipend with space limited to 10 participants. Kauai will mark the 35th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act by holding a community rally on July 25th from 9:30 a.m. till 11:30 a.m. on the historic county lawn in Lihui. This island-wide gathering will feature sign waving, community networking, and the reading of a mayoral proclamation, joining simultaneous events across Hawaii to reaffirm a commitment to accessibility and inclusion. Ho'omalu Kekai, along with the Outrigger Zone Volunteer Opportunity Group, has beach cleanups scheduled regularly at Nukoli'i Beach, and this week, participants can start their weekend off right with a Pauhana cleanup at 4:30 p.m. on Friday, July 25th. These beach cleanup events are always open to the public and happen twice a month, all year long. Supporting and shopping local will be easy on Friday, July 25th at the Sheraton Coconut Beach Resort in Kapa'a. A Kauai-made craft fair is scheduled in the main lobby there from 4 p.m. till 7:30 p.m. and will feature jewelry, art, clothing, bags, accessories, as well as other locally made items. A wine and cheese dinner pairing is also planned at the Sheraton Kauai Coconut Beach Resort in the Moa Moa restaurant on July 25th. The evening begins at 5:30 p.m. with an introduction followed by dinner at 6:15 p.m. The menu features artisan cheeses, wine pairings, and island-inspired dishes in an open-air setting. Wine liaison Nicholas Cranwell of Johnson Brothers will be present, and reservations are required. Kauai High School's new Raider Dome is the place to be for line dancing on Friday, July 25th. The evening fundraiser kicks off with beginner lessons from 5 p.m. till 6:30 p.m., led by Jeffrey Kaleho Jr. of the Kauai Line Dance Group. Then, it's open floor for advanced dancers until 8 p.m. There'll be food for purchase and a lucky drawing, with all proceeds going to Kauai High School's class of 2026. The 2025 Bon Dance season is winding down with the last of festivities scheduled on the west side of the island for Friday, July 25th and Saturday, July 26th. Waimea Higashi Hongwanji will host the final dance and oban service of the season, honoring ancestors through music, movement, and community. The event runs from 7:30 p.m. until 10 p.m. Families looking to disconnect from the stress of life and reconnect with themselves and their ohana can do so at the La Ohana Family and Kama'aina Day at the Kauai Animal Education Farm in Kapa'a. This event happens on the fourth Saturday of every month, which means this month's event takes place on July 26th from 3 p.m. till 6 p.m. Feeding and petting the animals is serious business, and being able to do so on the beautiful KAEF property will make the experience even better. Reservations are required. AI 101 for Small Business is coming to Kukui Grove Center on Saturday, July 26th from 3 p.m. till 6 p.m. in the old GNC site. Gabriel Yanagihara will walk participants through using tools like Canva AI, image effects, and ChatGPT to help create brand graphics, flyers, and polished social posts. No tech experience needed. The workshop welcomes business owners, working professionals, nonprofit staff, and educators. This event is presented by the Kauai Economic Development Board, the Kauai Chamber of Commerce, and the Small Business Administration. Wi-Fi will be available on site for hands-on activities. Also happening July 26th, the Kauai Concert Association is holding a fundraiser concert at the home of Gary Ide and Rommel Rodriguez. The evening features chamber music with Monica Chung and Ensemble Henrietta, with heavy pupus and drinks served at 5 p.m., followed by the concert at 6 p.m. Proceeds support community music programming for the 25-26 season. The 16th annual Hanalei Bay Swim Challenge, hosted by Namo Lokama o Hanalei Canoe Club, takes place on July 26th at Hanalei Bay. The event features 5 races, including the keiki 12 and under pier swim and both 1,000 and 3,000 meter swims. Hanalei Bay's warm, clear waters and sandy bottom offer an ideal setting for swimmers of all ages and abilities. Junior Toots will perform at Anainaho Community Park on Saturday, July 26th, honoring his father with music from Toots and the Maytals. Born and raised in St. Mary, Jamaica, Junior Toots is known for high-energy ska and reggae performances, as well as soul-filled vocals. The concert features a mix of his own songs and classics from his father's legendary catalog, continuing a musical legacy that spans decades. Right on Rice Urban Farms, a small plot of land along Rice Street, which was formerly home to invasive weeds and grass, now serves as a community-led agricultural space that includes papaya, taro, basil, and eggplant, among others. It's located along the fence in front of 808 Truck Rentals, and every 4th Saturday of the month, which means this Saturday, July 26th, residents are welcome to help tend to these edible landscapes. Registration for Ride on Rice is recommended. The 5th annual Ohana Fishing Days closes this week with their final event at Ke'e Beach on Saturday, July 26th from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. Families will learn how to fish responsibly while gaining a better understanding of native and invasive species. This hands-on morning is all about making memories, sharing knowledge, and strengthening ties to place through fishing traditions. Kamaha'o featuring Alewa brings a night of live music to Halelihui on July 26th. Doors open at 5 p.m. at 4286 Rice Street, with food, drinks, and reserved seating available. Presented by the Rice Street Business Association, this is set to be an upbeat evening of great music and good company. And it looks like they're taking it to the North Shore as well. On the very next day, Sunday, July 27th, Kamaha'o Haumea Thronis joins Kainalu Jasang, Kamalu Tupau, and Hayden Kaiali'i for an all-ages show that begins at 5 p.m. at Common Ground Kauai in Kilauea. Alewa, rooted in tradition and full of fresh energy, brings a creative and passionate take on Hawaiian music and dance. Inspired by the legacy of Ku Kalahale, this group blends mele and hula for a concert that brings generations of celebrants the future of Hawaiian music. Heiwa'i Kauai is coming up in a few weeks, marking its 23rd anniversary with a weekend of Tahitian dance and drumming at Kapa'a Beach Park on August 2nd and 3rd from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. This annual event features solo and group performances from participants of all ages and backgrounds, showcasing legends and stories of Tahiti through music and dance. Over 1,000 people gather from all over the world each day for this vibrant, family-centered celebration of Tahitian culture. We were lucky enough to be invited for a sneak peek at what Tu Moana, a local Kauai Tahitian dance group, is preparing for the festivities, and they said that we could share it with you in our Community Connections playlist on YouTube. Just click the thumbnail at the end of the credits on this episode. All right, Kauai, that is all the Hōʻike we have for you this week. Remember to scan that QR code to get more information about any of the events that we covered on our community calendar today. I'm Tricia Allen, wishing you love and aloha.